Tonight on The Edge.
I don't believe he should, if convicted, should see the light of day.
A mother shot and killed on Christmas Eve while trying to help someone in need. 2 others, including her own daughter, also shot. Tonight, why investigators say the gunman should have never been on the streets. A double tragedy for a Metro Detroit family. A grandfather pulled from an icy lake during a fishing mishap, only to lose his wife in a head-on crash 24 hours later. 16 in 2 weeks. That's the number so far when it comes to home and car break-ins around the Rochester area. What police want people there to know. Plus, a stellar way to kick off the new year. A look at our chances for catching the northern lights in Michigan. Those stories and more right now.
This is The Edge.
The Edge at 11 starts now.
Tonight on The Edge, a violent rampage has the judicial system in the crosshairs. Good evening. I'm Jessica Dupna.
And I'm Roop Raj. A career criminal is let out of prison early. Now he's accused of killing a doctor and hurting 2 others in a crime that's shaken the community of Oxford.
The Oakland County Sheriff says the suspect should not have been a free man.
I don't believe he should, if convicted, should see the light of day.
Sheriff Michael Bouchard referring to 29-year-old Malik Webb from Flint. He's accused of shooting 3 people in Oxford Christmas Eve. A mom, 71-year-old Dr. Barbara Wolf, who was killed, and her daughter, who is in critical condition. Webb was paroled from prison in July with time left on his sentence.
In just over 9 years, he's been charged 7 times with weapon offenses and even charged in prison with a weapon offense, and yet they chose to parole him.
Webb allegedly crashed into a pole and ended up in a ditch in Oxford near the high school after leaving a Christmas party in Rochester, heading home to Flint, choosing the spot at random.
Everyone in this whole case that became victims all were checking on our suspect, which makes it even more ironic and terrible.
At a news conference Monday afternoon, Bouchard says this is a big problem, calling on lawmakers in Lansing to strengthen prison laws and reevaluate the bond reform for violent offenders.
We need accountability in a criminal justice system that's beginning to run off the rails. No, I'll change that. It has run off the rails.
Using this shooting in Oxford and even the circumstances surrounding his own deputy's murder, shot and killed last summer.
With our own Deputy Reckling, you had individuals that had been charged with weapon offenses and other serious charges and were out on the street to murder him.
Bouchard is banking on the incoming legislature in hopes they improve a package of bills intended to reform the criminal justice system, and he wants to help. He says the Michigan Department of Corrections has not given his office any information on why Webb was let out early.
Had they not made that choice to let him out, he wouldn't be in a position to shoot people on Christmas Eve.
Webb has been charged with 19 felonies, everything from murder to gun charges to carjacking, and his bond was denied. Tough situation.
Certainly.
That one's even more bizarre on just how the confluence of 2 people have now, from the same family, husband and wife, have found themselves in a 24-hour period the victim of a crazy accident.
Sheriff Bouchard so busy dealing with so much in our community. A double blow for a family in Livonia this holiday season. A grandfather in critical condition after he fell through this ice in Addison Township on Thursday while ice fishing with his grandson. Just 24 hours later, his wife was killed in a head-on crash in Oakland Township. Police say a 19-year-old crossed the center line on Rochester Road and hit the Jeep. The victim was sitting in the back seat. We're told she was on her way to pick up her husband's vehicle when the crash happened. The other 2 people in the Jeep were sent to the hospital. Police are still looking into why the teen crossed the center line. Well, Ford Motor Company says its X account was hacked.
You may have seen the post. They included a series of anti-Israel and pro-Palestinian messages. Those messages included statements like Israel is a terrorist state, free Palestine, and all eyes on Gaza. Ford released a statement saying, quote, our X account was briefly compromised and the previous 3 posts were not authorized or posted by Ford. We are investigating the issue, end quote.
All right, my friends, as you're getting ready to close out the year, look at this. You may want to look up. We've got another shot at seeing the northern lights here in Michigan before 2024 wraps up. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says the sun expelled a burst of plasma yesterday. Didn't get that alert on my phone. It's hurtling towards the Earth right now, my friends. Once it reaches our atmosphere, it will be treated to a show of colors much like this. Tomorrow night will be a better chance for it, but parts of the Midwest could see them tonight as well. 2024 is like, hold my Faygo, I'm not done yet, right?
No, Rich. We're looking at maybe some snow tomorrow. What's going on tomorrow? I know everyone's thinking about their plans.
We have some rain showers and some wet snow showers in the forecast for your Tuesday. That's New Year's Eve, and I'll show you why. Here's low pressure spinning out there between Omaha and St. Louis. There is rain and there is wet snow. It's going to be dry for us the rest of tonight, but tomorrow this storm is going to be with us, and again, it's going to be a damp day. It looks like tomorrow evening is when some of the snow may stick to the grassy areas, so we'll be watching that. Right now, live pictures from the Mackinac Bridge. It's clear and it's cool up there, 32 degrees. Not many cars on the bridge right now. How about the daytime highs today? We did have breaks of sunshine this afternoon, and with that, daytime highs near 50 degrees for us. Grand Rapids, 46. There's Mount Pleasant, 48. So the numbers show 49 and 34. Here are your averages. This is where we should be, 34 and 22, so way above that. We did have some rain late last night and early this morning, about 1/4 of an inch. Right now, a lot of us are in the low 30s. One cold spot, Ann Arbor, 27. There's Port Huron, 30 degrees. Howell coming in at 33. Not much of a breeze now. We did have that breeze earlier today from the west and southwest. Now, we'll pick up again tomorrow from the south and east. That'll be a chilly breeze Tuesday with the wet weather and the wet snowflakes. 34 here, 40 in Chicago, 28 Marquette. There's 42 along the Ohio River in Cincy. So watch what happens with our low pressure area. There it is. And then it makes a swing up into the southern Great Lakes tomorrow. I'll stop the animation tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And this is all wet snow on the backside. So again, it's going to be a bit wintry for your New Year's Eve. And then it turns colder starting Wednesday. This cold air is going to stick around through the weekend and beyond. We're not expecting a lot of snow tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, but there could be a slushy inch, especially north of M59. For the rest of tonight, increasing clouds. It does stay dry. Tomorrow, cloudy, damp, rain and wet snow showers mixing in, a high of 38. But there it is, the 7-day. Colder for Wednesday. That's New Year's Day. Then even colder yet for the weekend ahead. Perhaps some snow Sunday night and Monday. A full check starting at 4 a.m.
The white Durango that's been flying around.
Well, white Durangos shouldn't be flying around early on Sunday morning. It caught the attention of Warren police. Well, it looks like they got him. But wait.
There it goes.
Wait, Charlie, they didn't make it too far. This police chase happened in Warren early Sunday morning. That white Durango was seen speeding down 8 Mile near Van Dyke. At one point, it appeared officers may have stopped the vehicle, but it took off and eventually crashed into a grassy hill near the Home Depot in Harper Woods. 4 people got out and ran, but were arrested, including the driver, who has multiple felony warrants. Our Charlie Langton on the story all day long today. To get to Ferndale, a man arrested there after police say he sexually assaulted and strangled a woman over the weekend.
She did manage to get away, but police say that man then barricaded himself inside a home for hours. This all went down on Pilgrim Road along the Ferndale-Hazel Park border. Investigators say around 7 a.m. Sunday, they got a 911 call and were met by a woman outside who told them she had been attacked. Officials then surrounded the home trying to contact the 32-year-old Kenneth Hansen, who they say refused to come out and made suicidal threats and threats of violence against others. They eventually used a taser to take him into custody. He's now facing several charges, including assault and criminal sexual conduct. Well, the Oakland County Sheriff's Office is searching for a man in connection to an alleged string of thefts in Rochester Hills.
This is pretty disturbing. There have been reports of at least 16 attempts on both cars and homes. Fox 2's Dave Spencer has the latest on the creeper police are hunting for now.
The Oakland County Sheriff wants you to take a good look at this guy. Home security camera footage showing the prime suspect wanted for 16 different reports of criminal activity, ranging from checking car doors to worse.
Just kind of walking up to a house to trying to open a door, trying to open a side garage door into the actual residence, which is very alarming.
Renee Smith says her Rochester Hills neighborhood near Hamlin and Adams has everything anyone would want.
It's very private and cozy, and we all feel feel super safe.
Including neighbors who look out for one another. She says the people who live next door to her were out of town recently and got an alert. Their home video camera was triggered.
They spotted a strange man walking very boldly into their backyard, looking at their house. It was very alarming to them. Their floodlight went on, and then he turned around and made his way back to the street.
Renee Smith says word started to spread. A guy with a similar description creeping around.
It sounds like he is just out for whatever opportunity. So we really hope that this guy can get caught.
She's not the only one. 15 other police reports of suspicious activity coming into the Oakland County Sheriff's Office.
As they began to do plot mapping and some intelligence work on some of the crimes that they had seen or attempts, they put it all together and realized it's the same person.
And the sheriff was asked if any of these break-ins are connected to the international organized crime ring that's been plaguing this same area. The sheriff said no, this person is acting alone, but he did say that that gang is active in the area once again. In fact, there was a report of a break-in just a couple days ago. In North Oakland Township, Dave Spencer, on the Edge.